In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 most famous mobsters. Before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Mob bosses have always captured the public's attention because they have been immortalized in Hollywood films like The Godfather. Nevertheless, the huge and violent smuggling, laundering, bootlegging, sex work, drug, kidnapping, and murder operations that these fictitious descriptions were based on were actually run by real bosses. The arm of organized crime networks frequently extends outside the state and serves as a sort of quasi-law enforcement because it is highly hierarchical, extensive, and challenging to infiltrate. Gang mafia commanders have so typically been known for being untouchable. Here are top 10 most famous mobsters. So let's start. Number 10. Nicky Barnes. It is very common for powerful drug lords to start out as minor offenders. A prison sentence strengthens someone's drive to contribute significantly rather than causing them to change. Another example of a mobster is Nicky Barnes. Nicky Barnes, who came in at number 10 on this notorious list, gained notoriety as a rumored drug tycoon. He was a shrewd shopper who was aware of the police's shortcomings. He was known as Mr. Untouchable as he eluded arrest. He had turned into such a danger that U.S. President Jimmy Carter had to step in and order the DEA to detain him. Number 9. Paul Lear Alexander. You need to be incredibly intelligent and vicious to be a mobster. The ninth criminal on this list, Paul Lear Alexander, also known as El Perrito Loco, is a mastermind. He amassed wealth by tricking the police and hiring the feds to kill other gang members. When the authorities finally caught up with him, he received a 12-year prison term and was then deported to his native Brazil. The Brazilian police had sentenced him to 42 years in prison, but he escaped. Although he's still at large, he's thought to be very active on Facebook. Number 8. Zhenli Yi Gan. At number 8, Zhenli Yi Gan is in some senses Nick Barnes' complete antithesis. He quit selling drugs on the streets and became a senior executive for a pharmaceutical company in Mexico. He once utilized his contacts in China to smuggle pseudoephedrine out of China. It's challenging to become wealthy in a single nation. Millions of dollars are kept by this person in 4 locations: the United States, Mexico, Europe, and Hong Kong. He belonged to the Sinaloa cartel and had a $300 million fortune. Number 7. Freeway Ricky Ross. The infamous Freeway is at position 7. In the 1980s, Ricky Ross was without a doubt the king of cocaine trafficking in the U.S. He was prematurely released in 2009 after being detained by the FBI in 1996 as part of a sting operation. He was a significant player in the Iran-Contra case and has now released a memoir about his life. Meanwhile, he filed a lawsuit against rapper Rick Ross for using his name without permission. The mobster and the rapper actually have similar appearances, which has led to many people confusing the two. Number 6. Rafael Caro Quintero. The renowned Guadalajara cartel from Mexico is certainly well known to you. The cartel was established by the mobster at number 6 on this list, Rafael Caro Quintero, and his brother. You might be surprised to learn that his family's business was trafficking drugs. After being detained by the federal government in 1985 for a number of drug-related offenses and murder, the courts gave him a 40-year prison term. After being released early in 2013, he continued in his old ways. Interpol has issued a global red notice for him, but he is still at large as of this writing. With a net worth of $650 million, he remains at the top of both Mexico's and the United States' most wanted list. Number 5. Joaquin Guzman Lora. The 5th person on the list is Joaquin Guzman Lora, a former leader of the Sinaloa cartel in Mexico. 2009 saw Forbes magazine name him the world's most powerful man. He was detained in 1993, and in order to escape in 2001, he paid the security officers. It's amazing that a man with such a lengthy criminal history hadn't come up with this straightforward answer before. He was captured by the Mexican government in 2014 following a 13-year manhunt. He is presently incarcerated. Number 4. Carlos Leder, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Colombia, among other South American nations, will serve as the drug cartel's focal point. It comes as no surprise that President Donald Trump wants to erect a wall between the United States and Mexico. Carlos Leder, a Colombian who was a founding member of the Medellin cartel, is listed at position number 4. He had a fantastic working relationship with George Jung. After he was freed from prison for a petty automobile offense, this couple sold enough cocaine to purchase a stolen aeroplane. He was out of luck since the feds quickly arrested him. He continues to be detained in the U.S. Number 3. The Rodriguez-Orihuela brothers. They are criminal partners in addition to being actual brothers. Gilberto and Miguel Rodriguez, the leaders of the Cali cartel, are in third place. They started off smuggling marijuana, moved on to cocaine, and were in charge of its distribution across Europe and the U.S. They were detained by the police in Colombia in 1995, and they were eventually released in 2002. They were once more detained by the police, and they have been incarcerated in the U.S. ever since. Number 2. The Ochoa brothers. The capital of drugs in the world is still Colombia. This is mostly due to the existence of the Medellin cartel. Members of this cartel, Jorge Luis, Juan David, and Fabio Ochoa, make up the deadly trio known as the Ochoa brothers. They started out as owners of small restaurants and advanced in the criminal underworld by smuggling drugs. They completed their sentences in prison before being freed, and they are now living new lives in the country. This might be the sole instance in which criminals make restitution. Number 1. Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar. Dawood, the top enemy of India, is Ibrahim Kaskar, who is ranked first. The son of a Mumbai police constable, Dawood used to engage in minor criminal activity. He got involved in a number of gang fights in Mumbai, India, which led to the deaths of numerous of his rivals as well as some of his own men. He was spotted in the VIP sections of the Sharjah cricket match between India and Pakistan. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.